Welcome to HyperScale Video Workshop. My name is Brett Green. A bit earlier this morning, I received a package from Eduard in the Czech Republic, which contained both the Spitfire Mark I Spitfire Story Dual Combo Kit and also the limited edition Tales of Iwo Jima very long-range P-51D Mustang. I thought that I would share my first impressions on opening the box for the very first time with everybody out there in HyperScale land and YouTube land, really. So without much further delay, let's have a look at what's in this box. You'll remember that the original two Mustang kits from Eduard were released in August of last year. And they are beautiful kits. They're lovely to build, excellent detail, exquisite surface texture, and you know, a pleasure to actually put together as well. So we can expect, I would imagine, the same largely for this kit, because a lot of them are going to be common parts. So let's first of all have a look at the wings. It looks like all the sprues are packed in separate plastic bags to prevent scuffing. And yes, these wings will be common with the earlier, the D5 and filleted and unfilleted releases. And once again, you can see just beautiful restrained surface detail. The upper wings don't have rivet marks. They've got a few panel lines. So I think that's a reasonable compromise for most people. So I won't dwell too much on the parts that we have already seen before, but I'll just quickly go through these. Okay, we have 4 sprues packed into another individual bag. By the way, once again, this is just going to be a quick first look at the parts as I take them out of the sprue bags. Just a little reminder once again, here are the rather lovely fuselage halves, and once again see if you can pick up the gorgeous surface texture on these. I really think Eduard have nailed the whole surface texture situation on their models. Beautiful, beautiful work. Okay, now this is a different sprue. Here we have a sprue with what appear to be 75-gallon tanks, the smaller ones, I think. And the ones at the top appear to be the Lockheed-style larger capacity tanks. Can't remember off the top of my head what the capacity is. But they're obviously long-range tanks for the aforementioned very long-range Iwo Jima Mustangs. And we also have what appear to be 3 common sprues to the previous releases too. So we've got undercarriage, wheel wells, wing spars, exhausts. As I say, I won't spend a lot of time on these because we've seen them previously, and I'll go through them in detail anyway in my written review with individual photographs. More detailed parts, we have optional spinners, optional instrument panels, cockpit parts, propeller blades, radio equipment, petrol tank, at least one seat at the moment on this one. So all the other bits and pieces. And finally, in grey plastic, we have an ordnance sprue with rockets, more drop tanks of various styles, the Zuni rockets, and more detailed parts for those rockets as well. Next up, we have the clear sprue. It looks like one of the canopies has come off the sprues, so I'll leave that in the bag, or 2 of them have actually. But we have a variety of side and canopy sections. 2 of them are still in the bag. So once again, these are going to be the same as we would have seen in the D5 and the later P-51D kit. We have a bag of very nice little photo etched parts. Don't be photo etched. That would be resin. That would be the resin photo etched parts. I beg your pardon. And it looks like the parts that we have here are related to the main wheels. So we have the detail that's actually cast onto the back of the wheels, and on the front of the wheels we have a separate pair of parts for the spoked wheel hubs. There. We also have the tail wheel. See if it'll focus. Will it focus? I'll get out of the way. There we go. Very nice little tail wheel. And we also have rocket stubs. So we have front and rear zero length rocket stubs for the wings as well. So we'll put those resin parts away now that I've been able to identify them as resin. And we still have a few little bits and pieces to go in here. Let's carry on. Now these are the photo etch parts. I won't take them out of the bag because you can see them quite well through the clear plastic there. So we have two styles of instrument panel, and we also have the harness straps, various switches and bits and pieces to help us detail the mostly the cockpit of this model. And it would appear that the last part here is a little lapel pin, which is quite neat, and it looks like a striking snake on there, so I'm sure there is a story to go along with that we'll be able to read in the instructions later on. But that's quite a nifty little addition for your limited edition kit. We also have a hefty instruction booklet, and that's 28 pages worth there. Typical. We have oh, that's what I should have done before. We have 3, 6, 9, 12 marking options. It looks like they're all in bare metal with quite colourful tails and other markings as well. So there are no shortage of markings in here. We've got stripes and yellow and blue and green all over the place. So no, they're very nifty as well. We've got the parts tree. In common with the previous releases, there are an awful lot of parts here that aren't used. So the spares box will thank you. And it also means that looking at the number of parts on the sprues, it's not as complicated to build as you would expect. I've built 2 of these kits now, and they were both a real pleasure to build, not difficult at all. Next up we have some more photo etch parts. I'll find out what those mystery parts are. They could be mounts for long-range antennas or mounts for some sort of weapons. But we also have, on the other side of that, the flip side, we have the time-saving Eduard self-adhesive and die-cut masks. And the very final thing that we have in the box is the quite large decal sheet. So as you can see, we've got some blue markings to make your painting a little easier for some of those options, and lots of interesting nose art, plus a set of national markings and stencils in here as well. I will just take the decals out of the bag so that I can have a look at the quality under the wax paper, which often obscures the quality a little. So it looks like these are Eduard decals printed in the Czech Republic, and the colours are really good. They're quite glossy. Just at first glance, everything looks like it's in register, so I've been quite happy with using Eduard decals in the past, and I don't see why these should be any problem at all. So they're very nice. So that's it. that's Eduard's very long range Tales of Iwo Jima P-51 Pacific long range Mustang release, and a very nice one it is too. So it looks like you'll get all of the parts that you would receive in the earlier releases, plus the various tanks and detail parts that you'd need for this long range version as well. Another very worthwhile acquisition from Eduard. I'll look forward to building another one of these at some stage very soon. Well, from HyperScale Video Workshop, that's it from me, Brett Green. See you next time. Bye for now.